This is a video response to MapleAnglican. Now, before I begin this video, if you're not subbed to MapleAnglican, my pronunciation sucks. I apologize. Please subscribe now. Now. Right now. Stop this video and subscribe to him now. He's awesome. He is cool. He's a cool guy. He has 51 subs, which is criminal. Absolutely criminal. Even though he is a schismatic. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. And again, subscribe to him. He's a cool guy. He's fun to talk to. He knows his stuff. So, okay. Let's begin. This is a response to a video question he asked. And the question is it appropriate to evangelize to extraterrestrials? Now, obviously, by extraterrestrials, he's talking about intelligent extraterrestrial beings. Now, me personally, I'm skeptical of whether or not extraterrestrial beings exist, but I'm open to the possibility. I think it's absolutely possible. I'm just don't know. For this question, though, we're going to assume for the sake of the argument that extraterrestrial beings actually exist, just for the sake of the argument. The question is, if intelligent extraterrestrial beings made contact with humans, would it be appropriate to evangelize them? Now, the conditions of the question is you have to answer the question as if you're evangelizing your own faith, which, in my case, it would be Catholicism. And then the third condition is that you have to keep your response respectful. Oh, dang it! Oh, well, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Don't bother. Okay. To answer this question, I think what's important is to keep in mind the doctrine of original sin. And that is the question of when our first parents died and the sin has passed on, we inherited the sin of our first parents. What does that mean? Does that apply to also aliens? That's a very interesting question. I don't think has a really definitive answer if you think about it. Now, in the Catholic faith, there's multiple opinions, but I'll just quote two. So, one from the Vatican Astronomer. What was his name? Oh, yeah. Vatican Astronomer, Father Jose Funes. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I am very bad at pronouncing names. Please forgive me. Like, I'll post both articles in the description box. I recommend reading those. But to summarize, he basically says that because aliens are not made in the image of God, that as humans are, like what Christianity claims, they don't need to be evangelized. But they're still part of God's creation. So it is possible that aliens themselves are still in full communion with God. Maybe that's an idea. Or that because aliens have not inherited the original sin from Adam and Eve, maybe they wouldn't need evangelization. They're still different creatures that are still part of God's creation. That's an idea. Well, the astronomer himself basically said this: God became man in Jesus in order to save us. So if there's other intelligent beings, it is not given that they even need redemption. They might have remained in full friendship with their Creator, he said. Now, that's one view, and that's possible. I might lean towards that view itself. Another view would be from Sister Lilia Delio. And this is an article that came out earlier this year. Her point is that she basically makes this point. I will post the link to that in the description box. She makes this point. The whole point of the incarnation is that God's love becomes visible and concrete so that life may share in that love of God. So wherever there is intelligent life, there will be the Word incarnate. If it's martial life, it'll be the martial Christ. Whatever God's love is concretely incarnated, there is the Christ. There's only one Christ, but that Christ can be incarnated in different ways. So basically what her point is, and this is an interesting point, is that, yes, Jesus died for mankind. Man was made in God's image. But it's possible that in other worlds, that there's had different incarnations of the same God, the same Messiah, Jesus Christ. So, hey, who knows? It's perfectly possible. I would say either view is possible, is plausible. Who knows? I would say there's not really a definitive answer to the question. Even though I would say there's nothing wrong in of itself to evangelize. The question is if it's appropriate or not. It really boils down to whether or not original sin only applies to Earth, or whether or not original sin also applies to the entire universe and every single galaxy, every single planet where you'll find intelligent life, if you can find intelligent life in the first place. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on the question. Now, before I end this video, whether or not aliens exist, whether or not it's appropriate to evangelize to aliens, aliens in and of themselves do not pose a threat to the Christian faith. Plain and simple. Except for these guys right here.
We come in peace. We come in peace. We come in peace. We come in peace.
They came in peace.